Hi guys, and welcome to another pregnancy update. Today we are going to be recapping 2 weeks because time is flying by. So we are now in week 33. So I'm going to go over what has been going on for weeks 32 and now into week 33. Using the Ovia app. Again, this is not sponsored or anything like that. Last week it was like a weird fruit. I can't remember what it was called. It started with a P. Florida pomelo. I don't know what that is. And then this week, baby girl is a cauliflower. Here is the size of her hand. Okay, so where are we at now? So far, I have actually been feeling pretty good. I haven't had such terrible insomnia as it has been in the past couple of weeks. I'm still not sleeping a ton, even though I'm tired, but I'm managing to get to bed before 2 o'clock a.m. So that's good. I've never really been a big sleeper, so maybe, I don't know, it's just not that big of a deal for me. A lot of people have been asking if I've had any swelling, and I really haven't. I haven't had any swelling that's significant. Sometimes I'll feel like my hands feeling a little puffy, so I don't know if that's swelling or just, I don't know, maybe I had a little too much salt that day. I don't know. So last week I have been feeling like a little bit of that, but the past few days I have been feeling like, I don't know, puffiness in my hand, and I'll have TJ just kind of like rub my hand, and that helps a lot. So I don't know if that has to do with circulation or, like I said, if maybe I had a little too much salt for that day. My birthday was a couple of days ago, so I have been treating myself, and I've gone out to dinners with friends and had dinner with TJ and things like that. So I haven't been too strict with eating, but I haven't been going crazy. Not completely crazy, but I had to indulge in some ice cream birthday cake because it's my favorite. I'm surprised that my feet and like my ankle haven't completely blown up, especially because I'm standing for hours at a time. There were a couple of days where it seemed like my ankles were swelling up a little bit, but again, nothing that significant that I was concerned about. TJ's really good with just like trying to just make me feel as comfortable as possible and things like that. I've still been working a ton, but I have been taking less clients or just giving myself less packed days. I still have a lot of days where I'm just nonstop for like 10 hours, but actually not nonstop. Now I'm working like 10-hour days, but I do try to give myself a little bit of time in between clients so I can sit down and eat. I have been definitely more hungry. I have been wanting carbs, but also I've just lately actually been wanting a little bit more protein, which I think a lot of women find that in the third trimester, and it's, I guess, your body kind of preparing itself for what's to come. I am hoping and planning to have a natural, unmedicated birth. I actually have some information for a couple of doulas, which, for those of you who don't know, from my understanding at least, a doula is almost like a birthing coach. I'd like to reach out to somebody who is on board with, me going the natural route, but I also don't want someone who's like super pushy or looks down upon, like, I don't know, any sort of medication and things like that. Again, ideally, I don't want any sort of medication. And I have a really, really high pain tolerance. And I know people are going to be like, oh, it's different. Like giving birth is on a different level. And I'm sure it is. But I think I can handle it. TJ agrees also. So I would like to find a doula that is willing to work together with my doctor and just think of what's best, not even just for me, but what's best for the baby. So I haven't taken like Lamaze or anything like that. It's funny, I was talking to my mom yesterday. She was like, I can teach you breathing techniques. I still remember. So I'm gonna take what my mom has to say. But I'm also going to reach out to a couple of doulas and see what they recommend. TJ and I are still discussing and deciding as far as who we want with us when we're actually in the delivery room. So that we'll have to see. If you can hear, I still get pretty out of breath just by talking. But I think even if we do have a doula, I don't think I necessarily would feel comfortable with the doula in the room, if that makes sense. It might not make sense, but I think I either want just TJ and I, maybe a couple of other people, but I'm kind of leaning toward just the two of us, at least for the first time. I don't know. I think it's like an experience that hopefully, we'll be able to experience again. But this is the first time. It's new to both of us. And I think it would be kind of special for it to be just the two of us. We'll see. We're also discussing like getting the hospital bag ready and getting the car seat ready. But that we'll probably do within the next couple of weeks. We're not worrying about that now. The awesome thing is that my doctor is super supportive with whatever we feel comfortable doing, so long as it's safe for the baby and for myself. I've thought about like a water birth. I don't know if my hospital offers that. However, I think that would be so cool. I think that would be such an easy transition from like for the baby from inside of the womb to the outside world. But again, I don't think my hospital offers that. And TJ and I both agreed that we wanted to be in a hospital setting just in case. So no home birthing here. Oh, so we were supposed to get the sonogram a couple weeks back. And I think I mentioned in the last video, I don't remember, but it didn't work out. Something happened on their part that they put like the wrong code, or I don't know exactly. But we were able to see our baby girl this past appointment. That was at like 31 and a half, not 31. What week are we in? 32 and a half weeks? What am I in? Yeah, we're in 33 weeks. Okay, so 32 and a half weeks. Right, that's when we had our appointment. And we had a sonogram and we were able to see our baby girl. So exciting and so cute. We were able to see her little face a little bit. Doctor checked everything, measured her head, her thighs, her belly, and so far everything is looking on track. She does seem to be on the smaller side, which I think is cute. It's nothing concerning. She's not like too small. She's just on the smaller side. I wasn't a super big baby and neither was TJ, and I'm tiny, so I wasn't expecting to have like a 10-pounder inside of me right now. So she's measuring, I think at this point she's probably around 4.5 pounds. When we went last week, she was about 4 pounds and I think 3 ounces or something like that. So she's, getting up in weight. The other thing that I thought was so funny and adorable was that when we were able to see her little face a little bit, it seemed like she was sleeping. She did not want to be bothered, but she was still moving around. She was just resting. According to the sonogram, she's got chubby cheeks, which I think is so hilarious. It was pretty funny to see when, the doctor put this thing on my belly and we saw her face. I couldn't help but laugh because her face is like, it was so cute. It was just like big old cheeks and everything was kind of smushed. I don't know. I couldn't help it, but I was laughing when the doctor had the thing on my belly and I was like, I'm sorry, because obviously I'm laughing and my belly's moving, but it was so cute. My doctor looked at the two of us and he's like, I think she gets that from mom, which is true, especially because as a baby, I was all cheeks. I had these big old cheeks, but it was adorable. It wasn't like too big. So I don't know. I'm still hoping she looks like TJ, but she may have inherited mama's cheeks, so we'll see. I thought that was the funniest thing. So moving on from that, going to mom's physical being, I guess. I do have a couple more stretch marks, which I am not happy about at all. I really, really was trying and hoping to not have any stretch marks throughout the pregnancy, but I guess because I am smaller, maybe that has something to do with it, but thankfully, they're not too bad, and I've gone this far without having any, so I'm just hoping that it kind of just stays here and doesn't get worse. They're really not too bad. I don't think you'll even be able to see them if I show you, and I'm not going to try to show you guys because I just don't like them. But I'm still trying to drink like tons of water and rubbing stuff on my belly just to try to keep them where they are and get rid of them instead of them getting worse. I don't know. I think they are genetic too. I think my mom, I don't think my mom actually had stretch marks. If she did, then they went away. So fingers crossed that that's where I'm at. I tried this lotion for stretch marks. I hated it. I think it's called Mustela. I did not like that lotion at all. This one, it's like if you rubbed it in too much, it would almost like just ball up and peel. I ran out of the organic belly balm. I did buy another one, but what I've been using lately and I absolutely love is bio oil. I've heard of it before as far as for scarring and stretch marks and things like that. And I came across it and I just got a little bottle and I've been using it a ton. So I'm like almost done with it already, but I really like it a lot. I like the scent. It kind of has a light sunscreen type of scent. That one's really, really nice. And I definitely feel like my belly absorbs it, but it also just stays hydrated. So I'll put it on in the morning, and then if I'm home, I'll put it on like throughout the day, and then when I get home at night, I'll put it on, and then put it on maybe sometimes again before going to bed. And the whole time I just feel like my belly still feels hydrated, like the skin doesn't feel dried out. So I feel like that will help. Just last night, actually, I think it was last night or maybe 2 nights ago, I took out my belly ring, but I put in a pregnancy belly ring retainer. I have mixed feelings about belly rings. I know a lot of people don't like them or think they're trashy or whatever. I kind of like my belly ring, but also with my skin tone and just the way my skin is as far as healing, I am concerned that I'm gonna get just like a big dark scar where the piercing was. So I'm trying to just keep it open, and I'll put a belly ring back in after I give birth just so I don't get that scar. However, a client of mine did tell me that there is a procedure that, sorry if this is going to gross people out, where a plastic surgeon could kind of like pull down on the skin a little bit. I don't know if he like cuts it and like tucks the skin in and like it puts an incision inside of your belly button, so that way it's smooth and you're not left with like a hole or a scar. So I'm going to look into that if I do make the decision to close my belly ring, obviously after I give birth. But as of now, I don't want my belly to like the hole to stretch or scar or get dark or anything like that. So it's super comfortable. I just bought it off of Amazon. It was like surgical grade material and safe and sanitary. I think that does it. So I am going to show you guys my belly. Whoops. Ignore the stain. I'm covered in color. Thank you guys for joining me on this journey and watching me grow and learn about all the wonderful joys of pregnancy and becoming a mom and all that fun stuff. If you want to keep up with my journey, please be sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching it. And as always, be sure to stay happy, you guys.